what's up you guys? I'm here once again for another video review, and today we're in something very peculiar. You might be like, why did I click on this video? It's just another Hyundai, but it's actually completely modified. This is a Hyundai Elantra from 2017, and it has all the bells and whistles possible. It is ridiculous. It has an upgraded turbo from the Veloster. The Elantra has a similar turbo, but the Veloster one is a little bit better. And what they did is they added more fins to it and made it breathe more air. It's that simple. And it's on coilovers. But the first thing you notice when you get in this Elantra is the interior. They have this incredible steering wheel, incredible carbon fiber, suede. It reminds me of the G35 2J swap I just did. Very similar, almost a completely flat bottom, so it feels very race car-like and exotic-like. But then I forget that I'm in a Hyundai. And Hyundai, as we have talked about in previous videos, have completely gotten their crap together. They were a company that was known for selling $7,000 cars out of the door 20 years ago and just falling apart within a year. But now they're a respectable company. They build great cars, and this is a 1.6 four-cylinder turbo. So it's very similar to the Veloster, like we said earlier, pretty much the same engine. And that's why it sounds so similar to the Veloster I did recently. This one though is a little bit more tame when it comes to the sound, because that pretty much had an open dump. This one has a full exhaust and sometimes even spits fire in the daily. A few things too. If you leave the traction control on, it kind of pulls time in, makes it a little wonky, but it's easy. Button's right on your left, hit it, you're good to go. Yeah, you're pretty much always in boost with this car. You don't have pretty much any turbo lag, which is awesome. Not to mention that the Elantra actually came in a manual, which I think is really cool. As soon as I got the email for this car, I could have sworn it was just gonna be an auto with a blow-off valve and a few other things, but then I saw it, I was like, wow, 3 pedals and a stick, and the shifter feels amazing. It's front-wheel drive. It's no torque steer whatsoever. It just goes straight. And that's our biggest problem. A few days ago, I drove the Nissan Juke in comparison. I know that's a weird comparison, but similar power output, similar power numbers, but had a lot more torque steer. And I get on this, and it just goes. But very smooth, very linear power band. I've noticed that a lot of the more modern 4-cylinders typically have a lot of torque down low, but not as much horsepower up top. And I could see how this bone stock would have done that. But with this upgraded turbo and everything, it definitely pulls all the way through the power band much more than it did before. This Hyundai was built by 6 Element Engineering. Every single part that they make is on this car, like literally. And they completely transformed it. The way it sits, the way it looks. It has these epic Rainbow Road Mario Kart headlights in the front. It's just interesting seeing it sit in a parking lot and going, that looks normal, but in a good way. And different in a good way. It's not overly crazy where somebody modifies a daily driver and just says it's modified by putting canards on it and a big wing on it. I'm tired of that. I'm sure you're tired of that. Tired of that? I'm sure you're tired of that. I'm tired of it. But just seeing a clean, tasteful looking car with a nice grille, nice headlights, nice taillights, even the Neo heat-treated exhaust tips on the back, it doesn't get better. Especially this color. The color looks really good. A nice set of wheels. All comes together. But the best part is this engine, I would have to say, because it's something that driving in the Veloster is just such a quirky little weird car. It's like its own little creature, and it doesn't really figure out what it is. It was a wild ride in the Veloster. But this, having the same drivetrain, having the same almost everything when it comes to that, and then putting it in a 4-door sedan, you're like, wow, this is sporty like Hyundai claims, but it's a lot more tame in the sense that it's more controllable, and you could easily autocross this thing without people questioning it. I mean, it darts exactly where you want to go. It feels good. The steering wheel's nice, especially due to the upgrades. The gauges don't look cheap. It has a nav. Wow, it has literally everything you'd ever need in this car. Not bad. And we live in a world where you can compare a Hyundai Elantra to a Civic Si nowadays. I think it's awesome what the car culture and community of all the companies has been with how competitive they've been. Kind of ease into it, see what it's like. Yeah, it's kind of interesting because I know I could easily floor it pretty much through the corner, like 3 to 4 throttle, but you don't even need to. You get the momentum that the car wants, even doing it 4th throttle. So I've been told that this thing gurgles like crazy if you go into 1st gear to kind of let off, so that's what we're gonna do. It doesn't, it's not done yet. What? Okay, so what's interesting too, and this is a compliment, I promise, it's like a completely different car with the windows up and the windows down. The windows up, it's this nice, smooth, serene car you can drive to work every day, and then as soon as you open the window, it's this screaming pig. One-handed, easy. All right, best part is, you go back to this, and then I can whisper again. But with that, I didn't bother anybody. I didn't blow by somebody's house with disturbing the peace. And if they did hear something, they're not gonna suspect you at all in this thing. However, with the multicolored lights, don't leave them in a solid color of blue, because apparently you get pulled over. Yeah, 3rd would have been better, but full throttle all the way through every corner, pretty much. That is stupid. That's amazing though, seriously. You would shred in an autocross with this thing, 100%. Wow, this thing handled it like a champ. I'm generally shocked. Are the brakes? Good. All right, shut it down. It's super balanced. I can't believe how balanced it is. Like every time I let off the gas, usually with front wheel drive, like hot hatches and stuff like that, you kind of have to get it to push around. You kind of have to convince it, right? To get it around the corner if you let off the gas, and you have to get back in it to come around. This, I could floor it, it went around. I could coast around it, I went around. I could go half throttle, it went around at the exact same rate. It's extremely predictable, but it makes sense though. What's interesting too is that I thought this car had a limited slip in it. It's open diff, and I just did all that with no issue. But what I'm trying to kind of wrap my head around is how do I describe this car compared to another car? And it almost feels like I could floor it around the corners. What else can I floor it around the corners? A Miata. It feels a lot like a Miata in a sense if it was a 4-door and it was front wheel drive, which isn't really a fair comparison, I know, but the way I drove around the corner was very similar to how I would drive a Miata. And you can merge on the highway, no problem. So the car's on HSD coilovers, and what's cool about it is that it's on the softest dampening setting, and cruising around town, it's pretty smooth. However, if you're going like a bridge or something with big bumps, you do get the little like I'm on a boat kind of thing and you're waving, but 99% of the time it's buttery smooth. I just love how this car has the dirty little secret kind of aspect to it, and how it makes you feel in a way of the sleeper status, kind of like the Taurus SHO did, all those kind of cars. So unexpected, fun, and sounds good. All right guys, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching this quick little review video of the Hyundai Elantra Turbo. I had a fantastic time. I want to thank the guys from the shop that built this car so much. Make sure to check them out. I'll have the link in the description of any information about them. And if you have a Hyundai, make sure to hit them up. They will hook you up, and they did a really amazing job. Have a fantastic day, everybody, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Hey, you, want clean wheels? Hey, use this. Spray on. Let sit for 45 seconds and turn purple. Spray again with water. Clean wheels. If you want to support this channel and also get amazing detail stuff, make sure to check out www.pattersoncarcare.com. Made by car dudes for car dudes.